Trapper gets a lot of flack because a lot of people, they just don't understand.
River through the valley, there's a tree with a hanging rope, and on a bank you lay.
It's about God. This is about the outdoors, hunting, fishing, trapping.
This episode brought to you by Jasco Products, makers of the Eco Survivor Lantern. Stand up to the elements. Friend Knife Making, quality knives made in America. Beanville Outdoors, home of Deep South trapping lures and Old South deer lures. The All-American Sun Oven, the ultimate solar appliance. Red Feather Archery, home of the Talon. Nice Targets, a superior shooting experience.
Just as quietly from this ozone mountain stone. Yeah, from this ozone mountain stone.
I'll tell you what, you sure can't beat them DPs. I'm so glad I bought them. Getting out a little bit before the time's over. Of course, you know, when you're doing this, and as we grow, more people are going to pay attention, and, you know, I got to put up with more of that anti-hunter stuff, anti-trapping, you know. It just comes with the, you know, I don't care. Those people that post that kind of stuff on our site, they know what kind of site it is. It's Wild for the Outdoors, okay? We say right up there what we're all about: hunting, fishing, trapping. That's what we do. And if you don't like that, bug off. Stay off the channel. Go somewhere else. But you got them trolls that have nothing better to do in their lives. That's how sad their lives are, that they troll around and put in their 2 cents that ain't even worth that, you know. And usually the language is pretty bad. And when someone's talking to you like that, when someone doesn't have the self-respect to talk to you in a manner that's respectful, that's a good indication, that's a good reflection of themselves, not you, no matter what they call you. All you young trappers out there, you're posting videos and, you know, but you got to be prepared for this stuff, okay? This is not easy, and it's been going on for a long, long time. People just don't understand it. The world today is so desensitized to how it should be that they just don't understand it. And you just have to know that you're in the right. There's people out there with a lot better education than me. You know, they've got the scientific knowledge, and they say that trappers are in the right, okay? There's no more productive or better way to manage wildlife, especially fur bearers, than trapping. That's the best way there is. And we're the few that decided we're going to get our hands dirty. We love this country. We love all of this around us, the outdoors. We love it so much that we're going to get our hands dirty. We're going to do this, you know, so they don't have to, okay? Just sitting around looking at beautiful wildlife is not going to help that wildlife. Animals do not know when to shut off the instinct to breed. A big old buck is not going to breed one doe and then father that child like it's his own. He's going to breed as many does as he can in that period of time. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, however many he can get, he's going to do it. Because that's his sole purpose in life, is to breed. Animals are like that. Their sole purpose is to reproduce. They don't know how to manage themselves. Mother Nature can do it, and it's nasty and ugly. It's called disease, and it can affect us. It can affect our water. So us few have to take that knowledge, go out and do the dirty work. No apologies there. People ain't going to understand it, but that's okay. People a lot more educated than them and a lot more educated than me, they know what's right. I know what's right. Is there a little bit of regret that you have to do something like that to a beautiful animal? Yes, there is. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done. And yes, do we make money off of it? Yes. That's how this country was built. Making money off of fur bearers. That's what blazed the trail. And we take that money and we buy more traps. We buy our fur bearers license. We buy this stuff that goes right back in to helping the outdoors. Everything we're doing is a circle that helps the animal.
Tracks through mud, smoke from gun. Ain't no law where we come from. Making Ozark Mountain moonshine run.
The Eco Survivor Lantern. Stand up to the elements. Utilizing patented technology, the Eco Survivor Lantern delivers a consistent white light with unprecedented energy efficiency. This lantern series provides an omnidirectional battery-operated solution that emits a brilliant white 350 lumen light with a range of up to 50 feet. 3-level dimming feature. Durable locking carabiner handle, providing versatility, allowing it to be carried or hung anywhere. The Eco Survivor Lantern's tough, rugged exterior and design makes it perfect for any outdoor adventure. Utilizing the ever-popular Realtree design in pink, orange, and green, the Eco Survivor Lantern suits your personality.
Are you tired of changing out targets all the time? Then I'd like to introduce you to Nice Targets, a superior shooting experience. Recyclable, long-lasting, weather and UV resistant. 100% more shots equals half the cost. Nice Targets. High resolution, photorealistic.
Nice targets are quality, cost-efficient targets made in America, and plus, just look how good they look. I'd hang this stuff up on my wall. It's like having art in the room. They also make traditional style range targets for all your other shooting needs. The next time you have to choose between paper and plastic, go with the plastic.
Red Feather Archery presents the Talon. This devastating small game head is machined from a solid piece of steel, combining the blunt force trauma of a traditional blunt with the cutting edges of a 3-blade broadhead. Scallop tip helps reduce snaking for a better arrow retrieval with field point-like accuracy.
Red Feather Archery, the Talon. this is that double dirt hole set I showed you all how I made the other day. It's produced a fox, of course possum, and now a coyote. All I have is a Duke 1.5, and it held that coyote just fine. But I live in northeast Oklahoma. I can throw a rock and hit Missouri almost. And Kansas ain't too many miles that way, maybe 4 at the most. So that's where I am. Our coyotes don't get real big. And I've said on other videos that 1.5 Dukes will hold coyotes because I've seen it over and over and over and over. I've seen them hold. And but our coyotes ain't as big as you northeasterners, okay? You guys have great big coyotes, so don't use these 1.5s. Most of the time I use a number 2 Duke offset jaw for coyotes, or a Bridger number 2. That's what I mainly use when I'm trapping just for coyotes. This one here was for a fox, but it caught a coyote and held him. You know, say what you want about these Dukes. I have not had a problem with them. Yes, you have to modify them a little bit, but I enjoy it, okay? Getting to do a little personal touches to my traps, I like doing that. It doesn't bother me a bit. You get what you pay for. Duke is probably the cheapest trap on the market. Bridgers are another step up, then Victors, and then you get into your MB1 or MB550s and all that. And I'd love to go out and buy a dozen of those, okay? But hey, you got to go with what you can afford, okay? Trap with the best equipment that you can buy, and if this is the best you can buy, you can still be successful with Dukes, Bridgers, those cheap. Alright, so I've changed this setup just a little bit. I've added the second dirt hole and made it a little more prominent, a little deeper. And I'll probably put some kind of fur in there, feathers maybe. And of course the other dirt hole has been there all along. It still has some bait in it. I freshened it up a little bit. But it's ready for another one. Hopefully a fox this time, but I'll take a coyote too. Autism awareness isn't just about the statistics. It's about the facts, the people involved, and the struggles they go through daily.
The All-American Sun Oven, the ultimate solar appliance. At only 22 pounds, this quality American-made product is perfect for camping, hunting, or an emergency situation. The ability to bake, boil, steam, and dehydrate with just the power of the sun. Friend Knife Making. Quality knives made right here in the good old US of A. Hand-forged custom knives, hawks, and leatherworking. You can visit their website at www.friendknifemaking.com.
Then you got a bigger problem than all.
Hammer Time Custom Calls by Joey Dopp. If y'all know me, you know I use Joey Dopp's Hammer Time Custom Calls. Joey, he makes these all handmade and custom to order. He has a lot of different woods you can choose from and stuff, so check him out on Facebook or email him at joeydopp@gmail.com. You want to get closer to game? You better have your game face on.
Are you ready to take your trapping and hunting to the next level? Visit BinevilleOutdoors.com, home of Deep South trapping lures, Old South deer lures. They also have traps, snares, trap supplies, fur handling gear, books, DVDs, clothing, and a wealth of knowledge for any outdoorsman. Bineville Outdoors. Check them out today at www.binevilleoutdoors.com.
There you have it. A nice dog, male. Caught it on a dirt hole set. It was actually a double dirt hole set. I seen something had messed around there a couple days ago. Looked like a fox track to me. So he just stepped one side of my pan. So I just kind of had my backing there, moved over about 3 inches from my dirt hole on the side and put in a little bitty old dirt hole. Just stabbed and barely wallered it out. Stuck some more scents in there, had 3 scents going on. I learned that from Lucas McIntyre this year. He said, you know, try using, I wasn't having much success. He said, try using 3 different lures, you know, or smells and lures. And I tell you what, it done the trick. Got this beautiful coyote and looking to catch another one. Well, as you can see, I caught a coyote this morning, a little one, but I caught this one on just a double dirt hole set, which is what I like to use, which is working really good for me, especially right here, as you can see behind me. That's where I caught the other coyote right here. I switched it up a little bit and used a little bit of Windwalker, which has got a real strong skunky smell to it. And yesterday I had a pull out, but today I got him, so good deal. Here, what this set looked like. It was just your typical cubby set, pretty much, for a bobcat. Found a Y tree, stuck some limbs in there making a V. Right down here I got my stepping sticks in, and I had a number 2 bridger cross staked in there. But I'm pulling out today. I'm glad to have this fur. I'd love to stay a little longer, but I just ain't gonna have the time. And I'll tell you what, when you're trapping, it's all about time. How much time do you have? I'm not a professional trapper. I don't have 300 or 400 sets out there. I only got about a dozen, but you know, it still takes a lot of time to maintain those traps. I mean, it is time consuming. It's real easy to say, yeah, I won't go trap, but it is very time consuming. And but this set, I'm just gonna set this back like it was without the trap. I had some rabbit fur out here for eye appeal. I raise rabbits, so I always have some white fur around now. It comes with the territory, I guess. But I seen that bobcat while I was deer hunting on this log over here, and I know he's working this area. I just got to have the time to stick it out. This trap's been in here for over a week, and this is the first thing I've caught is a gray fox, a beautiful gray fox. But I'm just going to leave this in here, leave the carcass still in there, the rabbit carcass, and just kind of bait him in. You know, I'm going to be out of here for the next 3 weeks probably. In that time, maybe that cat will make his way down in here and get a free meal. Now later on in the season, that meal won't be free. But this is just a cat cubby is what I call this. Bunch of sticks piled in there, leaves thrown up on it so that's nice and dark in there, with some bait shoved up back in here. That's just rabbit carcass. And I got, of course, the head up here tied to a tree, nice and visible. Bobcats are real visible hunters. They want to see stuff. Feathers whipping in the wind, that does it. Big white chunk of fur, that'll do it. So, good set. Got a nice fox. I'm happy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you in detail the double dirt hole set. I'm just going to put the camera down right where I'm working at so you can watch and see everything that's going on. There's room back here. I'm just going to work the set from behind. That's another trick I learned here recently. You know, if the coyote's going to be over there, put your set in from back here. Makes sense, right? First dirt hole is going to go right here. So now I got a deep hole right there. He can't see down it. He has to come right up to it to see down that hole. My second hole, I'm just going to use my jobber and go about 3 inches over. Stab it in and just make a little bitty hole. Now you can make 2 of these if you want, and do it, you know, use both of those. But I mean, that's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I just as soon use a smaller hole on my other hole. We'll go back 9 inches. There's 9 inches. Offset 3. That's where I'm gonna put the pan of my trap, right there. Now if I'm gonna cross stake this, I'm gonna have to dig that deeper in the middle. I always dig my deeper middle so that I can put my cross staking down in there and it's out of the way. Set my trap in there. I'm not going to cross stake it just for this demonstration purposes. Alright, so you got your trap bedded. 9 inches, 3 inches over. Already sifted this dirt, so it's ready to go. Of course, I'd be wearing gloves usually doing this. You don't want to make him deter him from stepping on it, but you don't want it to look too unnatural. You got your 2 holes in. In this hole here, I'm going to put my bait and a clump of fur over it, down in here, at the very bottom. This hole here, probably going to put some kind of lure, glandular lure, you know, some kind of strong smell, you know, so it has 2 smells to work on. And then either down in the hole or right on the backing right here close, I'm going to use fox urine, red fox usually. So next season, I don't want to hear no more, T-Mac, I can't catch a coyote, or I need help catching a coyote. I want to see some pictures of y'all out there using this set and catching coyotes. If it worked for me, I promise you, it'll work for you. I tell you what, nobody struggled catching coyotes more than me, I think. Nobody. Okay? I struggled. I found some people that was willing to share some tips, and now, I tell you what, there's nothing better than trapping coyotes. As far as baits and lures go, you all know my brand. The hardest part about using deep south trapping lures is getting them while they got it, because that stuff goes fast. From baits to lures to urines, all kinds of stuff. Go check them out. Really great people. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first trapping show of this season. Hopefully there's going to be many more to come. Tune in next week. I don't know what we're going to be up to. You're going to have to go check it out. Thanks for watching. I love y'all. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Got hiccups. For tons more videos, go to our YouTube channel, Wild for the Outdoors. You can also see them at www.wildfortheoutdoors.com. And don't forget to go to Facebook, like us, share us with your friends, and hey, remember, it's your God-given duty to manage this land.